We are breaking new ground at Novice Clothing Company. We're in the HQ in Latham. It's Chris Honorado. It is part of the triumvirate of owners here, Nick Bernardo and Garrett Bernardo, the founders and owners, and one of the novice athletes claiming her crown every single day on the beach volleyball court, Terese Cannon. Nick and G, this is very cool, man. The CrownCast. We're diving into some new stuff here.
Yeah, we're pumped. This is awesome. We've been wanting to do this for a while, and couldn't think of a better person than Terese Cannon to come and set the tone right off the bat. And Chris, we're pumped to have you here with us too.
So some of Teresa's gear is in the background. I know, Terese, you're wearing a hoodie, but there's a tee behind you as well. I mean, the logo is awesome. And the name, it doesn't get any better than that, right, Nick? And we were talking about a cannon shot here on the volleyball court.
Absolutely. She's got the height. She's got the cannon. It's just so great to have her here in person, meeting her today and meeting her parents. And we're just so thankful that we could connect over this Christmas holiday. And we're going to have a lot of fun today. It's going to be a fun show.
All right, Teresa, I want to start with you on this. Everybody in everyday life gets away from work and goes to the beach. That's like our happy place. But do you go to the beach and get stressed out that, like, this is where I work? Are you able to relax and just chill out on a beach?
That is honestly such a great question. And I had one of my friends who I play volleyball with asked me the same question because she was thinking about moving to the beach. And I love it. Like, whether I'm there to play volleyball or whether I'm there just to hang out, it's always my happy place no matter what, which is pretty cool.
Okay, Nick, Garrett, how did this come together? We've got a Team USA volleyball player, a two-time national champ, an All-American from the Rochester area, Pittsford, New York, who ends up at USC. How do you guys get connected here in the Albany area?
Well, I would like to say that it started with the cat volleyball tournament, channeling our passion for volleyball in our backyard, and which has now become an amazing part of our business. And that's been a thrill. I told Terese when she came in, the real reason she's here is to plan the date when we can get Terese here for the cat.
Because I've never won the tournament, so I'm still waiting for my ringer, and the time has finally come.
Yeah,
but
no, yeah, Nick, you can tell a little bit how this all came to fruition and some of our partnerships that kind of led to this one. It's kind of been cool how a lot of the relationships and athletes that we've been meeting are connected from some person or some account in some cool way. So you can share.
Yeah, no, one of our growth partners, Chris Hosley, who will be here later today. He is the Columbia girls volleyball coach, and he's the owner of Team LVC, the junior program. We got to build a relationship with him doing different apparel for his volleyball program and other sports teams at Columbia. And he introduced us to what's known as the VLA, the Volleyball League of America, which really is this amazing grassroots professional league that has 8 tier 1 teams throughout the country that basically they play in these tournaments all over the country throughout the year and have this unbelievable volleyball network of people. And we got introduced to the VLA last year and had an amazing time meeting all the guys and their management team. And they were the ones who introduced us to a guy named CJ, who is Terese Cannon's high school volleyball coach, I believe, and AAU program director. And I'm sure she can talk a lot about CJ. He'll be here later today as well. But kind of organically, it's crazy how we built a relationship with Chris, then CJ, and then next thing you know, oh, by the way, I have this amazing young athlete who's on the AVP tour. And next thing you know, we're on a Zoom call with Terese, and we just hit it off.
Terese, why was this partnership the right one for you? Obviously, as a professional athlete, you're going to be approached from other even apparel companies. You would have experienced that. I mean, I'm sure you would love to live in the world of the NIL now, but being on tour being an All-American, having won 2 national titles, you've got such a resume that would be attractive to any apparel company. Why was Novice the right one for you?
I think there's a lot of different answers to that question. I mean, first of all, the gear is awesome. And I think it's so cool. Like the work they did just to create this logo is absolutely incredible. I couldn't have asked for anything better. The gear is such high quality, and to be able to customize it is really cool. But what really drew me to this is the fact that like everyone has their own story, and mine is that I'm from upstate New York. And so to be able to work with a company that's based in Albany, it feels like home. And Nick and Garrett are awesome. And immediately, like from the first time that we talked to them, it was so easy. And like I could tell that they love what they do. And that's the kind of people that I want to work with, is people who are passionate about what they do and people who believe in that. And it's just an added bonus that I get to represent, a company from New York, which I'm very proud of where I'm from. And I just love being able to work with them.
Nick and G, you guys are focused on the types of athletes you partner up with, the character as much as the skill level. So take us through the conversation you've had with Terese early on, where you're just kind of like, she fits the brand. And I know there is a purpose behind this brand that you want to make sure all of your athletes, and on top of that, all of your employees, even your entire team here at HQ, kind of fits right into, who you guys want to be as a company.
Yeah, definitely. I think, what's been awesome for us is as we've grown the business and kind of built new amazing relationships, one of those being Chris Hosley, like Nick mentioned with Columbia and LVC, is they get to know our brand and kind of understand who we are as a brand. And just the fact that, when we said that we're looking for the right type of athletes, professional athletes to represent our brand, because we're not looking for just anyone, because we know the platform that professional athletes have and the influence that they can be to so many young athletes or anybody out there that's working with us. Chris Hosley, he understood the type of brand that we were, and he was able to help us connect with Terese. And I think, like Terese said, that initial call was so awesome because there was a lot of synergy and just, doing things with a purpose and knowing that you have a platform to make an impact and serve. It goes right along with our brand. And I think it's a huge, compliment to us when we see that other people are referring us the right type of people too. So definitely want to shout out Chris and CJ and all of those that made this relationship possible. But then, just us getting into the volleyball space over the past year, starting out with Thayer Hall at the University of Florida and working with her as a novice athlete, and then now working with Terese. Like I said to start, we can't ask for a better role model out there as a person and someone that's achieving excellence in their sport, but also off the field and off the court. So it's just it makes it so much fun. And I think there's a lot ahead of us too.
Terese, you are a 2-time national champ at USC. You're an All-American. You are now on the tour with Team USA Beach Volleyball. What's next as you continue to claim your crown? What do you hope comes next for you? What haven't you done that you want to do?
This year is actually going to be really exciting for us. From January of 2023 to June of 2024 is the Olympic qualifying process for beach volleyball. So that's kind of the next thing that we're chasing and hoping to claim our crown. My partner, Sarah Sponsel, and I play together for Team USA, and we're hoping to earn a bid to the Olympics in Paris in 2024. So we're going to spend the next year and a half training and practicing and traveling to a bunch of different tournaments, trying to make that happen.
Has that always been a dream? I mean, take me back to when you maybe first started playing volleyball. Did you immediately think this is an Olympic sport? I've watched it on TV for years. This is what I want to do.
I think it's funny because even growing up, we always were watching Missy May and Carrie Walsh. And I didn't start playing volleyball until I was probably in 8th grade, I think 8th grade, 9th grade. But even before that, we'd watch them play in the Olympics. And I was like, I want to play beach volleyball in the Olympics. Never thought it was possible. Like, it was always a pipe dream for me that maybe one day that could happen. I didn't when I was that young, realized that like actually I would have to learn to play the sport. But it's cool that it's kind of come full circle. And then I grew up playing indoor volleyball, played all throughout high school, played indoor for a year in college. And then it wasn't until I got to SC that I started to realize when I was playing beach volleyball as a collegiate sport that like this could actually be something and a dream that I could pursue and chase to make it to the Olympics one day. So I've always wanted to go to the Olympics. I love sports. And so the fact that it's kind of something that's within reach and something that we can fight for is pretty special.
Nick and G, you guys jump in here if you have a question. I want to ask, though, Terese, why the change from Georgetown indoor to USC outdoor? I mean, we could all guess that USC is a beautiful campus, and there's nothing quite like Southern California in general in terms of a region of our country. But why the move from indoor on the East Coast to outdoor on the West Coast for you?
That is also a question I get all the time because people are like, you're from upstate New York. Where did you play beach volleyball? But CJ, who Nick and Garrett have mentioned, was a huge fan of beach volleyball. And he was always encouraging us to play in the summers and in between like high school seasons to get extra touches on the beach. And I fell in love with the sport, just being able to be outside in the sunshine and the fact that there's only 2 people playing and you're involved in every single play. And like, I think it takes the game to a whole different mental level. Was really cool for me. And so when the opportunity arose I actually walked onto the team at SC and it was a big chance and I just couldn't say no. And my parents were so supportive when I called them and I was like, hey guys, I think I want to move across the country and play a sport that, you know, I don't really have a ton of experience playing, but they were very supportive of it. And it was really cool.
So you had no promise of a scholarship when you arrived on campus at SC?
Not for the first couple of years. Yeah, it was, which made sense. I understood that because I was very unproven. I was from upstate New York. I didn't have a ton of film on me playing beach volleyball. I hadn't played a ton, but I had been to a camp or two in the summer or over winter break of my freshman year at Georgetown. And the coach there was actually coaching that camp, the coach at SC. So she was the only person who saw me play. And she was like, I'll take a chance on you if you want to think about walking onto our team at SC. And she was a great coach too. I learned a lot from her. So it's been a pretty special ride.
Wow. That's incredible. Yeah. I mean, even for us to hear kind of further into the story is amazing. And I think, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are listening and are wondering, like, you know, what is it like to be in that position of uncertainty? You know, you have this dream that you feel like you've got this God-given ability to play at the next level, and then kind of taking that leap of faith. You know, what was like able to inspire you to just go and dream big and go after that, take that leap of faith to go out to USC?
It was a huge leap of faith, it felt like. And honestly, looking back now, I don't know if I would have done the same thing. But I'm so glad that I did. And at the time, I didn't think too hard about it. Honestly, I was just like, this is something that I really want to do. And this is the opportunity to learn a new sport and meet some new people and play with some of the best collegiate beach volleyball players in the country. And so it felt like an opportunity that I couldn't pass. And I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't have the support of my family and friends, because they were so incredibly supportive and helped me like actually make that leap and say like, we'll help you. We'll still keep in touch and everything. We'll come visit, you know, and like whatever you need to do to make this happen, we're behind you and we support you in it, which was really, really huge.
That's awesome.
You ever seen anybody as pale as me playing beach volleyball?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. No, I could never go pro though. You're out in the sun way too much. Have you ever hustled people like on vacation playing beach volleyball, where you just kind of jump into a pickup game, like maybe you and a friend, and all of a sudden they need you know, a fifth and a sixth, and you jump on?
I've always wanted to. That's always been a dream one day.
Let's go.
I look like a volleyball player, you know, I'm pretty tall, so I feel like that might give it away, but one day I'm going to try and see.
Your opportunity is coming this summer.
Yeah, okay. I'll be there.
Yeah, we got to just figure out when your schedule aligns so we can just strategically set the date.
Hosley plays in it. It's not like you couldn't bring in Terese. This is now, you know, equal playing ground here.
Yeah. No,
okay.
That's we're hoping to pick up a few tips from Terese being here. Maybe we'll just work on some form later.
You can have a little clinic later.
Yeah.
So Terese, I read on the AVP website that you are naturally a lefty, but you play righty. How did that happen that all of a sudden the right-handed spike became dominant for you in the sport?
I think so. This is actually a very interesting story. I have a twin sister, and she was very clearly right-handed. And I think my mom read somewhere that one twin is usually right-handed and one twin is usually left-handed. And so when I couldn't decide which hand I wanted to use, it was like, just use your left hand. So my handwriting is not good. I really think I should have been right-handed. I write and I eat with my left hand. So that's kind of my fun fact.
Okay, so you're blaming mom for your bad handwriting. Yeah, okay, all right, good enough. Yes, you're a twin. I also read that you obviously don't eat any of this, but you're a competitive baker. What is that all about?
Love
My
that.
my mom loves to bake, and I have the worst sweet tooth in the whole world. So for my friends, and when I'm home, sometimes we were always baking with my mom, and I like brought some of those recipes and stuff out to California, and now I'm the one who gets to make the pies or the cookies or whatever whenever we get together with all our friends, and it's fun. I really enjoy it.
We got to hear what was on the holiday menu then. Well, was there a dessert of choice?
We made a chocolate cheesecake, which was really good. I don't want to brag, but I think it was the best one my mom's ever made. She did a really good job.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great fun fact. In our morning huddle this morning, we had cookies and all kinds of soda, all crazy bad food in the kitchen. I'm like, Teresa's coming in, professional athlete, get it all out of here.
Yeah, it was just auctioning off the soda, 2 liters.
But I'm a sweet tooth too, so I love to do that.
That's incredible. All right, so the path to Paris is on very soon for Terese Cannon, part of the roster of athletes that Novice Clothing Company has that encompasses college athletes, professional athletes like yourself, Nick and G. What else do you want to share with our audience or Terese here on the CrownCast?
Yeah, I mean, we're just excited to get this going, and hopefully this can be a platform for so many listeners out there to get to know the amazing athletes that we're working with. We want to be able to tell their stories more and more. That was kind of one of our hopes with just partnering up with these athletes to build their brand. So as Terese continues to climb the ranks in the volleyball world, making that Olympic run, we hope that you can follow along with her journey and support her, root for her as she goes and tears it up. I think, Terese, you said you're going to be traveling to the site of the World Cup for one of your tournaments, right? Qatar.
Yeah. First tournament of the year is going to be in Doha this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you already checked out how long that flight is from? Where will we be flying out? At JFK or something like that?
Probably fly out of LAX. So
Okay.
I haven't looked. I've been a little scared to see how long the flight actually is, but I think it'll be a long one, but it'll be worth it once we get there.
What do you binge watch on a long flight?
I'm pretty weird, and I don't watch a ton of Netflix and stuff on the flights. Like every now and then I'll read, but I usually just try to sleep. So it's kind of boring on planes, but what can you do?
I mean, you have to get the exit row, right? You can't be crammed into coach like the rest of us.
Yeah, exit row, and I pray for an aisle seat usually. You can stretch out.
Yeah, the long legs for sure.
Yeah.
No, you have to do the sand dunes. Get on a dune buggy and roll through the hills. Or
Nick and I did that.
We did that when we went to Dubai, and that was one of our favorite memories. Listen to Saudi Arabian rave music with a bunch of foreigners, and we thought we were going to flip over, and it was quite the scene.
I wasn't really smiling through that, to be honest. Once I got out, I was happier, but
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, don't risk the Olympic with an injury on a dune buggy. Yeah, maybe a return trip to Qatar. Okay,
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
This is fun, Terese. It's been great meeting you. I know even some of your stories you've shared here have been new to Nick and Garrett, and certainly will be not just new to our audience, but inspiring as well that you've been able to go as far as you did. And my biggest takeaway is that somewhere early on in life or earlier in life, you took a chance on yourself that you were going to be able to make the change from Georgetown indoor to USC outdoor, and look where it's taking you. So it's pretty awesome. Thanks for joining us here on the Novice CrownCast.
Thanks for having me. This has been awesome.